Hello there everyone, and welcome to another Thomas Wooden Railway review video. In this video I am taking a look at Skiff the Railboat. Skiff was a character that was introduced in Soder's Legend of the Lost Treasure, which was a Thomas the Tank Engine special that came out in 2015, which happened to be the 70th anniversary of Thomas and Friends, which, speaking of which, we are soon going to have the 75th anniversary, well, in 6 months anyway, since it's July of 2019 right now, and the 75th anniversary will be in 2020. So, Skiff is a railboat that was introduced in that special. He was originally owned by a man called Sailor John, and what they were doing was looking for this treasure that was buried by a pirate named Captain Callus centuries ago. And Sailor John wanted to take that treasure for himself, but Skiff was convinced that Sailor John was going to give it to the museum. And what ended up happening is that Marion, the steam shovel, managed to find the treasure first, and Sir Topham Hatt was going to give it to the museum. And Sailor John was not happy to hear that, and he wanted to take the treasure for himself. So what Sailor John did was go to Knapford Station, where Sir Topham Hatt was keeping the treasure in the safe, and he used dynamite to blow up Sir Topham Hatt's office. And man, I can imagine Sir Topham Hatt having to make some repairs to his office. There isn't even an episode that shows them doing such repairs like that. It also makes me wonder as to how Sailor John managed to get into the safe. I mean, the dynamite couldn't have been strong enough to blow up the safe now, could it? I don't know. So, yeah, Skiff was against the idea of stealing the treasure, but there was nothing that he could really do about it. But, you know, after a long chase scene, and Skiff toppling over in the water, knocking the treasure into the water, Sailor John was then arrested, and Skiff was then given this new, this new sort of paint job right here. This is based upon what happens after the movie. This is Skiff's new look. He originally had a completely white look, but he was given this blue look by the end of the special. And in season 20 and season 21, Skiff was given a new captain, this being Captain Joe. And Captain Joe is a much nicer man than Sailor John was. It was really good that they actually gave Skiff a new captain, and not just making him be this sort of railboat that's just there. So, the wooden railway model right here is very interesting in that there's this, this cloth sail right here that does flap. And the sail can even go down, so Skiff can go through tunnels and stations and such, because otherwise he would be too tall to go through anything, like I will show you. Yeah, see? Sail's too tall. There we go. And he can also rotate like this, so you can have him go in all sorts of different directions for going in, well, any sort of direction that you want. Now, he's not removable from his chassis right there, so if you want to try to replicate scenes of Skiff, like in the water, or scenes where he is just detached from his wheels, well, you can't. There's no way to do that. And I don't think that there is any way where you could just legitimately screw Skiff off, because I don't see any means of doing that on his chassis, which this chassis is, it looks like it's completely plastic right here, because I think this was, you know, one of the points in time where Mattel decided to go with using plastic chassis because for some reason they were trying to save on using wood for some reason. Right there. So, yes, Skiff is able to rotate from side to side, and you know, he can even go backwards, and that's pretty cool to actually make a character that is able to go backwards and forwards, like by just rotating their chassis over on the side, and you know, just giving the option to have the character be coupled going forwards and backwards rather than just having the magnets limit whether they can go forwards or if they can go backwards, or you know, whatever. So that is my review on Skiff the Railboat. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again next time.